Hey guys, how's it going? It's FishyFisher coming at you with a brand new video, an episode of Nothing Harder. If you don't know what the show is about, basically I'm playing every single character in Super Smash Bros. For Wii U in the 9.0 difficulty of the classic mode, also known as Nothing Harder. And today, thanks to lovely people down below, we are playing with the character Yoshi. Yoshi, a very cool character, a character I don't actually play with much of, to be completely honest. I kind of figured that, like, since he is one of the veterans and stuff, that, like, maybe, like, you know, I've already played enough of him, even though that's completely not true. I really like Yoshi, to be honest. He has some really cool setups, but I am not good with him. I mean, again, like I say, normally when I do Nothing Harders, I just go right in. I don't practice or do anything to prepare before that, so, didn't get a good chance to get to know Yoshi, and, unfortunately, oh wow, I got really sent high there. So, yeah, so unfortunately, I'm not the best Yoshi player, so I mean, like, if you're gonna yell at me for, you know, not forward smashing or not doing a down air or whatever, when I should have, you know, just remember, like, I'm not a professional player or anything like that, just to remind you guys. So, Yoshi, in terms of, like, he is a very good character, especially against the Master Fortresses, and that's where he really excels, and actually, I believe I beat him on my first try in the Master forms or whatever. The first time I got there, the first time I beat him, because his downer does so much damage against them. Like, honestly, it just destroys them. It guarantees to do, like, I don't know, a quarter of their health or something like that. So if you are trying to do it, make sure you use his down air against them. But I'll talk more about that as the video progresses. But for now, let's see what I can say about Yoshi. He has some good, I mean, like, for those of you who don't know, and I mean, obviously, I'm not one that actually requires to give any promotion to this guy, but My Smash Corner, who's another YouTuber, did a combo video on Yoshi, so I should have watched that right before to improve my skills a little bit on what Yoshi can do, but I think I'm not that bad of a Yoshi player. I could be better, of course. I don't know any of his combos, I don't know any of his stuff. I'm used to doing, like, his down throw. I'm used to doing characters down throws, then follow into an aerial move. You can do that with Yoshi, but I mean, I kind of am a little spammy. I guess I've just gone so used to playing 9.0 and to complete it that I don't really do anything fancy. I kind of do, like, the bare minimum of what you gotta do. I almost spiked Captain Falcon there, but I do what I can to be fancy sometimes. But anyway, so yeah, Yoshi, he's been here since the beginning. He's one of our veterans, and we all love him very much. So, you know, I don't really need to explain what each of his moves does, because, you know, they're basically the same as they've always been, except for, I believe his dash attack changed since the last version. But yes, here you go, Yoshi. So, as I'm running out of things to say, oh wow, this Captain Falcon is not having a fun time at all. I'm invincible. Just waited for that up smash and then got it, and I'm just gonna cruise along in my Dragoon over there. So, since we've gone to this point in the video, about 3 minutes in, or 3.5 minutes in, might as well go on to the question portion. So, if you don't know what this question portion means, or you don't know what I mean by questions for whatever reason, I open you guys up to ask a question in the comments below. And while it's not to the scale of an upcoming Q&A video, which I'm doing, which is not this Wednesday, but it's going to be the following Wednesday, it should be that. I believe I'm going to do it then. But I let you guys answer questions, and I will answer potentially any question. It doesn't have to be video game related, it doesn't have to be Smash Bros related at all. It can be any question you would like to ask this guy. So feel free to ask any question you want, and we're gonna go on and answer the 3 questions that I've chosen today, as Meta Knight just destroyed my perfect run so far. I think, did I die in the first match? I can't remember. But yes, let's ask the first question, or let's answer the first question, which comes from, if it's gonna want to open, excuse me. This one comes from Spyro the Gerudo, and his question says, in terms of difficulty, what's worse, the Master Fortress or the 6 stages leading up to it? And I think this one is this question has a pretty solid answer to it. And yay, good job destroying Zero Suit Samus, Yoshi. But I think this was a very easy question to answer, and I definitely believe that the 6 stages leading up to the Master Fortress is much more difficult than the actual Master Fortress itself. So difficult that I know it's hardware limitations, but the 3DS version didn't even include the Master Fortress. So the reason why I say that it's harder is because at the beginning of the Master Fortress, you get a full heal. And especially because I played the Master Fortress so much, it's really easy to memorize it, where all the enemies are going to be and all that stuff. So it's really not that big of a challenge if you already know what to do. The Master Forms, however, they're unpredictable. Even though you may know their moves, you may not know, what's it called? Even though you may know their moves, you're not going to know when they're going to do it, so it really makes it difficult at some points. As you've seen in some of my videos, how I've been slapped around by some of these forms. A lot more so than, ooh, get out of here, Pit. A lot more so than the Master Fortress. I die a lot more definitely on the Master Forms than I do on the Master Fortress. I think it's just not that difficult. If you're really careful about the Master Fortress, it's very simple. So that's what I personally believe, Spyro the Gerudo. I believe that the 6 stages leading up to the Master Fortress, much more difficult than the actual Master Fortress itself. It's kind of like, when I get to the Master Fortress, even though I shouldn't, I kind of consider myself, like, done at that point. Like, you know, there's no, I'm like, oh, great, now I can just get through this pretty easily, and then, and I'm done at this point. Which I think that's actually the reason why I die every once in a while in those videos, in that point, because I'm not really taking it seriously, because I'm like, oh, I'm already done, hooray. Here we go, against some of these customs here, though. A lot of customs, and I chose Captain Falcon, who was the first to die, of course. But anyway, thanks, Spyro the Gerudo, for another fabulous question, as usual. Make sure you guys answer your questions for a chance to be on the show, but we're gonna go on to the next one, which comes from the question, oh dear, there's an accent in this name, but it's Rektsai. R-E-K-T-S-I funny eye. S-A funny eye. Anyway, Rektsai. His question is, what do you think of the crossover between the Mario and Luigi series and the Paper Mario series? Now, this is a really, I mean, the bottom line is that I've never personally played, I've never properly played a Mario and Luigi series. I played, the only exposure I actually have to it is by playing, I believe, it was whichever one was on the Game Boy, Pac-Man, that was just rude. But, I believe the only one I actually played was one on the Game Boy Advance. I'm not even sure which version it was. Just a little dance of celebration there. But I'm not even sure which version it was, but I played it, and I don't know, I didn't dislike it. It wasn't anything that made me want to just buy the game instantly. Also, at this point, I didn't really have a Game Boy Advance too. But definitely, it was one of those games where I just kind of like, it was like, oh, just another Mario game. So I didn't really play much of it. And Paper Mario series, one of my favorite series of all time. Great, love it to death. Recommend it so much if you've never played it before. And from what I've seen, excuse me about that. But from what I've seen from the actual gameplay so far, it looks more like the Mario and Luigi series, more than the Paper Mario series. It kind of, my personal, from what I've seen, and not that much, so I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people who are going to tell me in the comments below that that's not the case, but from what I've seen, it looks more just basically like a Mario and Luigi series game with just the Paper Mario character. So I don't really, if that is the case, I'm gonna talk about it like I'm pretty sure it's the case or whatever. But if that is the case, I mean, like, I do prefer the Paper Mario series more, of course. So the fact that they're not really doing any of like the elements from that game except for the character and like the comedic value of like the fact that they're all paper, I wanted a Paper Mario game basically. So I don't know, like I'll probably end up getting it if like everyone is really saying it's a great game and all that stuff. But for now, it's kind of one of those games where I'm like, I want to see more information on it, to be honest. But if there's more Paper Mario elements to it, then I would be sold, because I just love the game so much, the Paper Mario series. Paper Mario 1 and 2. I talked about it a lot last episode of Nothing Harder, but that is my personal opinion on it. But anyway, thanks Rektsai for that question. As we go into the Master Forms, you're going to see this actually breezes by, because Yoshi's just such a beast when it comes to taking out some of these guys. So I'm going to go into the final question, which comes from Mark Surgeon, who actually asked the question last time. And this is a question that I feel like a lot of people already know the answer to. But the question is, could you make your own tournament in Super Smash Bros. For your subscribers to join? And of course I'm going to make a tournament for you guys to join. That is, of course, going to happen. What I think I'm going to do is that my channel is very close. It's almost at 1,900 subscribers. So what I think I'm going to do is for a 2,000 subscriber special, do the tournament and make it a pretty awesome tournament. One that will probably last quite a while, and really want as many people to join it and do as well as they can on it. And for me to, you know, of course, win it. Duh! Of course I'm going to win it. I mean, like, look at this. I'm doing great and nothing harder. Of course I'm going to do phenomenally. But yes, I will be making a tournament. I will be making probably a random Wednesday video announcing the tournament for you guys to join. So don't worry, and it's not only going to be one. I'm probably going to do more. So don't worry, guys. It's definitely a thing that's going to happen. There will be a fishy tournament. You'll see, as long as the amiibo tournament, of course. So thanks for that great question. And sorry I answered it pretty quickly, but there was a really quick answer to it. So as Yoshi's here finishing off these forms, really quickly, I'm just going to talk a little bit more, and like I said, just down air master race for sure with this Yoshi. But I'm going to do a quick little talk that next week I want to do a Mii Fighter. Because for my 1,000 sub special, I announced that there would be a Mii Fighter contest, and I realized that I haven't actually done any Mii Fighter since then. So, well, instead of you guys suggesting a character down below, why don't you guys suggest a Mii Fighter type? And then I'm gonna go to Twitter and choose one of my favorites. So I think I've already chosen it. But if you would still wish to submit a Mii Fighter, watch the Mii Fighter contest video, which I did, and submit it if you so wish to. Because next week is for sure going to be one of the Mii Fighters. It depends on whichever one's announced. So instead of asking for a character like Robin or whatever down below, why don't you guys suggest, you know, the Mii Gunner or the Mii Sword Fighter or whatever? Because he is the one they are the ones I'm gonna do next with a character that I like that was submitted to the contest. Anyways, guys, Yoshi's here with 2 lives still. See what I mean? He's so good against these guys. But to sum up basically all I've said, suggest a Mii Fighter class for next week's video, and I'll do one of those. So, and also submit your character to the contest if you so wish. So, and I will choose the one that I just like the most. You'll have a higher chance if the character's either easier to make, or you include your code along with it so that I can just download the Mii right from the picture, because that'd be ideal. So again, if you still want to submit your character, there's still time absolutely to do so. And yeah, that's all I can really say. So wow, Yoshi, see what I mean? Like, I just didn't even bother fighting the guys because look, there's not really a point because I can just take this out so fast. Anyways, guys, let me put my intense voice on and we'll narrate this last bit of Yoshi as the music getting more and more intense. We gotta rush along and just, you know, run past these guys. Gotta neutral air them just so they die and get out of the way. But again, down air is such a phenomenal move against these CPU guys with a lot of health that don't suffer from knockback. Like, seriously. Yes, we can see you, Yoshi. Don't stop celebrating so much. Let's jump down! Oh, threading the needle, jump around, don't fail yourself. Oh no! Oh god! No! Oh wait, I have 2 lives anyways. But come on, Yoshi, you got this. I think Yoshi is probably gonna be the character in which I'll try and do a no death, nothing harder. It seems just because he clears this area with such ease that if I do one, or I'm going for it, I will be going for it with Yoshi. So I'm excited for that one, but come on, Yoshi, you got this. There's not much left. I got just down air. Like I said, it's not that difficult. I almost did it without just ignoring these guys, but not quite. Oh, wait, I did just destroy the Master Core. The Master Fortress has been defeated, and Yoshi has thus finished his journey in the Nothing Harder. So guys, while Yoshi helplessly destroys this Master Core, I want to thank you guys so much for watching another episode of Nothing Harder. Make sure you guys write in the comments below which Mii Fighter version you'd want to see in the next video, as well as submit your character for that episode next week. And I'll leave you guys with the fail compilation, which is pretty short, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.